Imagine you're sitting in an important meeting, or taking a long road trip, or simply scrolling on your phone in bed. Suddenly, your stomach tightens. A familiar pressure builds deep inside your body. Your brain sends you a clear message. You need to go to the bathroom. Right now. But you ignore it. 5 more minutes. Then 5 minutes become 30. 30 minutes become several hours. Nothing happens. You keep holding it. One day turns into another. Then another. At first, it seems harmless. After all, millions of people delay going to the bathroom every single day. Students during exams. Office workers during meetings. Truck drivers. Gamers. Travelers. Doctors during surgery. Teachers during class. We've all done it. But here's the disturbing question. What is actually happening inside your body while you're holding your poop? Does it simply wait inside your intestines? Or is your body fighting a silent battle that you can't even feel? What if your poop slowly becomes as hard as a rock? What if your colon stretches far beyond its normal size? What if the muscles that are supposed to help you poop simply stop working? Could holding poop actually damage your intestines forever? Could it lead to infections, hemorrhoids, or in extremely rare cases, a life-threatening emergency? Today, we're diving deep inside one of the most ignored habits in human life. You'll discover exactly what happens inside your body, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and why something as ordinary as ignoring the urge to poop could become far more dangerous than most people ever imagine. Let's begin our journey inside the human digestive system. Every meal you eat begins an incredible journey. It starts in your mouth, where chewing breaks food into smaller pieces. Your stomach then bathes the food in powerful acids and digestive enzymes. Over the next several hours, that food moves into your small intestine, where nutrients are absorbed into your bloodstream. Proteins become building blocks. Fats become stored energy. Carbohydrates become glucose to fuel your brain and muscles. But not everything can be used. The leftovers continue their journey into your large intestine, also known as the colon. This is where the real story begins. Contrary to what many people think, poop isn't created instantly. Your colon slowly transforms liquid waste into solid stool. It absorbs water. It recycles salts. It hosts trillions of helpful bacteria that continue digesting leftover food. As more water is removed, the stool gradually becomes firmer. Eventually, it reaches the rectum, the final storage chamber before leaving the body. Once enough stool enters the rectum, specialized stretch receptors activate. Within seconds, they send signals through your nervous system directly to your brain. That signal feels very familiar. I need to poop. This isn't just a suggestion. It's your body's carefully designed timing system. Now imagine ignoring that signal. Instead of relaxing the muscles around your anus, you tighten them. The stool stays inside. At first, this isn't necessarily dangerous. Your rectum simply stretches a little more to make room. The urge often fades away. Many people assume that means the problem is gone. But it isn't. The stool hasn't disappeared. It's simply waiting. Meanwhile, your colon continues doing what it was designed to do. Absorb water. Hour after hour, more moisture leaves the stool. That soft poop slowly becomes firmer. Then harder. Then much harder. Think about leaving a wet sponge under the sun. As water disappears, it becomes stiff and dry. Your poop behaves in a surprisingly similar way. The longer it stays inside your colon, the more water it loses. And the harder it becomes to push out later. This is why people who frequently ignore the urge often experience constipation. Constipation isn't just not pooping. It's a chain reaction. Hard stool moves much more slowly. As it slows down, your colon absorbs even more water, making it even harder. This creates a vicious cycle. Your intestines now have to squeeze much harder to move the stool forward. Imagine trying to squeeze a tennis ball through a narrow tube instead of a soft banana. It requires far more force. Those repeated contractions can make you feel bloated. Your abdomen becomes swollen. Gas becomes trapped behind the hardened stool. Pressure builds. Cramps begin. Many people describe it as feeling full all day. Others lose their appetite. Some even develop nausea because their digestive system starts slowing down. Your body is essentially stuck in traffic. Doing this once isn't usually a major problem. Doing it every day is different. Over time, your rectum begins adapting. Remember those stretch receptors that told your brain it was time to poop? If they're constantly overstretched, they become less sensitive. Imagine living beside a busy train track. At first, every train wakes you up. Months later, you barely notice the noise. Your rectum behaves similarly. The urge becomes weaker. You stop recognizing when you actually need to go. By the time you finally feel the urge, the stool may already be extremely hard. This can create chronic constipation that lasts for months or even years. Children sometimes experience this after repeatedly avoiding school bathrooms. Adults may develop the same problem from busy work schedules. The body slowly learns the wrong habit. Now comes the painful part. When hard stool finally reaches the exit, pushing it out becomes extremely difficult. People often strain with tremendous force. This dramatically increases pressure inside the abdomen. The veins around the anus swell. These swollen veins are called hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids can itch, burn, bleed, and make sitting incredibly uncomfortable. Sometimes the stool is so hard that it tears the delicate lining of the anus. These tiny tears are known as anal fissures. Despite their small size, they can cause intense, razor-like pain during bowel movements. Many people then become afraid to poop, so they hold it even longer, which only makes the stool harder. Another vicious cycle begins. Most constipation eventually improves with proper treatment. But in rare situations, things can become much more serious. Extremely hard stool may form a massive blockage called fecal impaction. Instead of moving normally, the stool becomes packed so tightly that your body cannot push it out. Imagine concrete filling a pipe. No matter how hard water flows, nothing moves. People with fecal impaction may experience severe abdominal pain, vomiting, loss of appetite, constant pressure. Oddly enough, some even develop watery diarrhea. Why? Because only liquid stool can squeeze around the blockage. The solid mass stays trapped. Without treatment, doctors may need to manually remove the blockage or use special medical procedures. Although extremely uncommon, prolonged severe constipation can occasionally lead to life-threatening complications. The colon can become massively stretched. Blood flow to parts of the intestine may decrease. In exceptionally rare cases, the bowel can develop a tear or perforation. If bacteria escape into the abdominal cavity, a dangerous infection called peritonitis can develop. This is a medical emergency requiring immediate treatment. Fortunately, this level of complication is very rare, but it highlights an important lesson. Ignoring your body's signals repeatedly isn't without consequences. People don't usually hold poop because they enjoy it. Often, they're embarrassed. Maybe the public restroom is dirty. Maybe they're at school. Maybe they're traveling. Maybe they're too busy. Some people simply don't like using bathrooms outside their homes. Others ignore the urge because they think they'll go later. But your digestive system doesn't always operate on your schedule. It has its own biological clock. The best time to poop is often shortly after waking up or after eating breakfast. This happens because eating activates something called the gastrocolic reflex, a natural wave of movement that pushes stool toward the rectum. Ignoring this reflex repeatedly makes the process less efficient over time. Many people believe that if you don't poop, your body somehow absorbs it back into itself. Thankfully, that's not how it works. Your body does absorb additional water from stool, but the waste itself isn't magically recycled into nutrients. Instead, it simply becomes drier, harder, and much more difficult to eliminate. The bacteria living inside your colon continue breaking down leftover material. During this process, they produce gases such as methane, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide. That's one reason constipation often comes with bloating and excessive gas. The good news? Your digestive system is incredibly resilient. For most people, occasional delays aren't harmful. But making a habit of ignoring the urge isn't a good idea. Simple daily habits make a huge difference. Drink enough water. Eat fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Stay physically active. Exercise stimulates the muscles of the intestines. Most importantly, listen to your body's signals. When you feel the urge to poop, don't ignore it if you can safely use a restroom. Establishing a regular bathroom routine helps train your digestive system. And if constipation lasts for weeks, is accompanied by severe pain, blood in the stool, unexplained weight loss, persistent vomiting, or you cannot pass stool or gas, it's important to seek medical evaluation rather than simply waiting for it to resolve. Your body is constantly communicating with you. Every heartbeat, every breath, every hunger pang, and yes, every urge to poop. These signals evolved over millions of years to keep you healthy. Ignoring one occasionally is part of everyday life. Ignoring it every single day is another story. Inside your body, every extra hour allows your colon to remove more water. Every delay makes the stool harder. Every repeated habit teaches your rectum to stay silent. And slowly, a simple inconvenience can become chronic constipation, painful hemorrhoids, anal fissures, or, in rare cases, a serious medical emergency. The next time your body quietly whispers, "It's time," remember that it isn't interrupting your day. It's protecting your health. Because sometimes the most ordinary habits are the ones that have the biggest impact on your body. And that simple trip to the bathroom may be far more important than you ever realized. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden science inside the human body, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next fascinating documentary. Until next time, stay curious.